In it. Our first caller worked with her partner as well. It's Anne on line 2.
Morning, Anne.
Hello, Matthew.
Hi
How
there.
are you?
Very well, thank you. Have you ever done this, lived and worked with your other half?
Yeah, and I started very early. My family business was a catering business. My father was a chef.
Right.
And is the only person that I know that could be worse than Gordon Ramsay in the kitchen.
What, in terms of
Like
temper?
that. Sorry?
In terms of temper?
Absolutely.
Right.
And so I grew up in that environment, and amazingly, and I suppose because he was my dad, that when I got home, you know, he was still my dad, although he didn't swear as much at home. But I coped with it until I was about 17 and I wanted to leave. That's when the argument started. I didn't find it very easy working with my dad, but it was, you know, I didn't have a choice then. Then, a few years later, my first partner that I lived and worked with, we worked for a big publishing company in the same department. He was my boss, and then eventually I came up to the same level as him. I got promoted, and we worked and lived together, and it was fantastic.
It was fantastic.
It was fantastic because we had a lot in common at work. We also went out a lot after work. We weren't living at work, i.e. it wasn't our own business.
Did you have to do... I mean, I think Michelle and Russell, I think it's one of the most sage things I've heard was that, you know, you have to have a cut-off point, like, if you're going to go out for dinner or whatever, we're not going to talk about work. Did you have any kind of rules?
Well, no, not consciously. We just had a good social life as well.
Are you still together?
No.
Right, that's the end of that story. Thank you for the call, Anne. Let's have another. I knew that was coming, didn't you?
We've got Richard on line 4.
Richard, good morning.
Hi.
Hi there. You ever done this, work with a partner?
Yeah, but 8 years ago, me and my wife started a bed and breakfast together in Swansea.
OK, still together?
Yeah, yeah.
OK, still working together?
Well, actually, I found my wife a hobby, so she now gets out.
OK, OK. Was that to keep your marriage going?
Yeah, she had a career before we started our business, and I had a job, and she decided she wasn't really happy, and we were working together and driving one another mad, so we found her a hobby, and now she's going out.
OK, what does she do now as her hobby?
Oh, well, we bought a house, and she's doing it up.
OK, OK, so it went OK for a while, but your relationship survived, which is a testament to
Oh, yeah,
you.
we got 2 kids, and, you know, we're happy enough, yeah?
Brilliant, thank you for that. Let's have another.
The next caller's been together for 60 years. It's Betty on line 1.
Morning, Betty.
Good morning, Matthew.
Hi there. So 60 years. Did you work together for that time?
Yes, we did everything together. If my husband and baby gone into a shop and some friends came along, they'd say, "Where's Len?" Because we was always together.
And how many years?
60 years.
Amazing.
I think that's a fairy tale, man.
Amazing. Amazing. Bless
We were
you.
retired 20 years, and we did everything together. Everything.
Amazing.
What
Good
was the
for
business?
you,
Did we establish
Betty.
that? What was the
We had
business?
a wonderful marriage.
OK, well, obviously.
Had a card from the Queen.
Thank you very much for the call. 60 years. We'll have one more, then we'll talk a bit more to Michelle. and Russ.
Yeah, let's go to Nora then on line 3.
Nora, good morning.
Morning, Matthew.
So tell me, it just all went wrong for you and your husband.
Have me?
Did it all go wrong? Did you work with your husband?
Yes, we still do.
How many years?
Well, 35 years working together, 45 years married.
What line are you working in?
We have our own jewellery business.
35
Make
years.
jewellery, sell jewellery, and our family's in the business as well.
So why? Do you ever have rows?
No, really, I'm the one that has the row.
And he's quite...
I'm the one that has the row. And then it's all finished with, and we're not joined at the hip. I do go off on holiday on my own
Right.
and have friends that I see at night. So it's quite a good partnership. And he has his own television at night, and I have mine, so we can watch our own shows. He was, I say, 45 years married this year, so I think that's a sapphire. I didn't get one, but...
Well, you should know Nora in the jewellery business. God, if you don't, who does? Listen, thank you for the call. Amy's just switched me over. You got someone, interesting...
Yeah, I want someone that you want you should speak to. It's Kay on line 5.
Kay, good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you. What business are you in with your partner?
We're actually in the restaurant business as well.
Really?
Pardon?
I said, oh, really? I was just looking over at Michelle and Russell.
One advice though, don't do it. It gets quite tough at times. No, me and my partner, we run a restaurant, and it's almost every minute of the day together. It does tend to get a bit claustrophobic at times, but we do row every now and again, but it's over and done with in a matter of minutes.
Do you have time apart?
Not particularly. I think, what's the furthest we've been apart? About half an hour, maybe a shift, and that's about it.
And is one of you more mellow than the other, or are you both pretty even?
Oh, the other half just, they're chefs, you see, and they do not crack under pressure at all.
There is a thread. There is a thread here, isn't there?
It's interesting because compatibility, because being a restaurateur is the hardest job on earth. Yeah. You know, it's 24/7, and it's just unrelenting, isn't it? So you have to be compatible, and good luck to you. I hope it really...
Tell us, I'm fascinated, because, I mean, you've won this competition. I mean, for the benefit of people watching, there's 9 couples fighting it, all running their own restaurants. You triumphed. Raymond Blanc was here the other day, fantastic guy with such high standards. Yeah. What happens next then? You're going to work with him?
Absolutely, yeah. We get to go through a period of training now. It's going to be between 3 and 6 months. We'll go down to Bristol, to Brasserie Blanc there, learn the ropes, learn everything about the business, not just cooking and waiting, but, you know, all the account side, the finances, human resources.
They're going to put me in the kitchen as well.
Yeah.
Is that right? Yeah. That should be interesting.
Me out the front. So for a week, I'm sure everyone will be getting rubbish food thrown in their laps, probably.
Now, because your restaurant's called the Cheerful Soul.
That's right. Yeah.
Now, does this mean that 6 months or maybe a year down the line, we will see the Cheerful Soul spreading around the UK? Is that?
I would hope so. Yeah. I mean, we'll get one right first. We'll open one in Oxfordshire somewhere, but obviously the location we'll have to find as we go along. And then who knows? Yeah, maybe Cheerful Souls all over.
It is an amazing prize, isn't it? I mean, it's an extraordinary prize, but it wasn't. I mean, I guess it clearly, from watching it on TV, it wasn't easy to win. Did you? I mean, we heard just then you've run your own business. I've been working together for 2.5 years. Did they just give you time off? Did you just take time off to do the competition?
Well, it was our own business, so we kind of had to give it up to do the competition. So that's why it was so important to us to win, and we just didn't stop for a second, did we?
It was a real, determination. You know, it was all or nothing. It's a real gamble.
So I think that's incredible.
It's a big gamble.
So you laid everything on,
Absolutely.
Pretty much,
I think, you know...
Bit daft, really, but...
Maybe, yeah, but I think that kind of worked for us because, you know, what else do we do if we go home? If we lose,
were so
what do
worried
we
to
do?
get chucked out.
That's the problem with being a restaurateur. It has to be you there. It's Russell, is it?
Yes.
You know, he can't have a break. You can't get anyone else to run it for you. So that's why it's so encompassing.
But would you? I mean, I suppose with yours, I'm just thinking on the comedy. It's something you could go back to. But if you had a business that was ticking over, would you be prepared to lay it down, lay it on the line?
That's probably why they won, though. I think.
Well, some of the other guys have done this. Some of the others have done the same, haven't they? I think.
You know, for everybody, yeah, it was a hard period, and they had to kind of give up that life and be ready. You know, if they had one, just to finish their old life and move on to something new.
And what was your signature dish?
I'm not sure. I really enjoy cooking fish. I grew up by the coast, so perhaps something around.
Grimsby.
I want to know, what was your worst moment, Jake? Because there were so many. I mean, from the viewer's point of view, again, you can never tell in the edit, but it looked like it was a living hell for 9 weeks.
It was really tough, really, really hard, and so stressful because it's just non-stop. And of course, we had that fear of like, we get kicked out, we've got no job. But there was really, really good bits too. But I don't know, what was your worst
I think there was a lot of trouble based around an aubergine, I seem to remember. Michelle stomping off set and people were shouting and people crying. He wouldn't let that up. He still goes on about aubergines.
I've gone right off aubergines.
I can understand that. I don't even know I was very keen to start off with. Listen, I have to say a huge heartfelt thank you for joining us this morning, and many Right Stuff congratulations on an amazing victory. Give it up.
Thank you.
Absolutely fantastic. Mad, but fantastic. OK, after the ads, our last talking point: do men have suspicious minds more suspicious than you girls?